Hi, I'm here with Stan Yarbrough, Global Solutions Architect at Element Solutions Incorporated. Stan is here to discuss with us the state of WAN transformation at Element Solutions. Stan, welcome.
Thank you.
So Element is a chemicals company. How does the state of the WAN look like at a chemicals company?
Well, we're not in the routing business. We're in the chemicals business. We do electronic and industrial chemicals for our customers. And even though we're an IT organization, really our responsibility is to make it easier for our employees to service our customers. So we choose to bring solutions to our employees that help them do exactly that.
Could you describe how many sites you have around the country, around the world?
When we first started the consolidation effort for our wide area network architecture, it was about 200 sites. We've since divested some of those, and it's across the globe.
It's a global company.
It is definitely a global company. So we needed a global partner to help make that happen. We didn't want to do the routing ourselves. What we wanted to do was have a middle mile solution that would help us do a transformation from our local data centers to our Azure cloud infrastructure.
So you're definitely going down the path of cloud.
Oh, yeah.
At the same time, last month in January, you had a major business inflection point with Element Solutions.
We did.
Could you describe what that inflection point was?
Sure. So we divested the Arista portion of our business, which was they focus a little bit more on agricultural solutions, whereas Element Solutions Inc. focuses on industrial and other electronics type chemicals.
So essentially, this company split into two parts.
We did.
And you still had to keep the whole network up and running.
Yes, and that was the trick, right? Is to keep it up and running up until the moment that we did the separation. It's difficult. Well, of course, we don't want the infrastructure group or the IT group to be the holdup in a huge business decision like separating a company straight down the middle. So we focused on exactly how to do that, and that was to let our partner handle it.
Well, it's almost like flying a plane when the wings are falling apart and you still need to land it safely. And these are the kind of challenges that most people in the IT world have nightmares around, whether it's acquiring a new company or divesting, as in your case. So you talked about partnerships, and I know you went through certain complexities before you found a partner to help you with this. What were some of the complexities you envisioned there or encountered during that time?
Well, the evolution of the business, we started off as a combination of smaller companies with their own routing, switch, data center environment. So we had to kind of put it together, and then once it was together, then we had to tear it apart. And so that was the complexity. How do you make it a single IT architecture to service our business, and then also cut it down the middle when it was time to do so? Yeah, it gave us some nightmares, but it's like anything else. When you have the right tools, sometimes it's easier.
It's wonderful. So in your case, how did you land on the right tool, and could you talk a bit about it as well?
Sure. So we thought about doing the traditional MPLS deployment. Okay, most of the experienced network folks in our company have done MPLS and other types of network deployments in the past. We weren't looking forward to an 18 or 24-month exercise of globally deploying an MPLS network. There had to be a better way. So we started looking at SD-WAN. A couple of years ago, it's kind of a new concept. Actually, we didn't even know really what it meant.
Sure.
And once we started digging into it, we found out that it gave us the flexibility to really offload a lot of the complexity, the routing, a big part of it, the interworking with cloud solutions, that's a big part of it. Those were the complexities. How do you stitch together a company with a lot of different routing platforms, with a lot of different physical platforms, hardware platforms? How do you stitch that together? And then how do you turn around and take it apart?
In a compressed period of time.
Yes. We did it very quickly. So in a traditional MPLS or private line type scenario, especially globally, 18 to 24 months is optimistic. We did it in 6 months with an SD-WAN deployment.
So that's the remarkable part of the story that I actually found very surprising. First of all, there are all these business drivers that are obviously holding a gun to our heads during the process of divesting, and for you to explore these technologies and moving away from MPLS can be risky as well, especially if you've been used to it, and for you to do that in a span of 6 months as opposed to 24 months, how did that transpire?
I could tell you how it transpired, but I'd rather tell you how much money we saved the company.
How
Millions.
much money did you save money?
Millions.
Millions.
Millions. To be able to turn that amount of money back to the company to do other things that are important for the business was a huge plus.
So you talked about the partnership, and Aryaka has been a partner with Element Solutions. How does this contribute to the millions of dollars that you saved? Did it add value there?
Well, not only did we save a lot of money in displacing MPLS costs, but also in the time frame that it took us to deploy the original solution, save us an enormous amount of manpower. And then also when we went through the divestiture process, Aryaka also saved us money in being creative in the way that we handled the divestiture. So when we announced that we're going to be splitting the company, we had to have a technology or a technical approach to separating the company into 2 pieces. And you guys helped us do that.
Well, that's really good for me to hear. First of all, that we add value to customers. Digital transformation initiatives and divestitures, M&A situations, these come out of the blue, and for you to be able to respond so quickly from a technology standpoint to support the business needs is incredible in my mind. So you talked about 2 things. One was the speed with which you accomplished this, so time to market is critical. The other was the cost savings. So it's a dual value in some ways to you. Are you happy with the way things are right now with your global sites?
We are. And the strategy for the company going forward, at least in the short term, is to grow organically. Okay. So we've grown through acquisition in the past, and now it's time for us to focus on what we do and do it really well and capture the market.
So the state of the WAN for the next 12 to 24
Stability.
months is stability and growth.
It is.
Okay.
And we've already had some experience with that with Aryaka already in stability. The way that Aryaka handles the management of our middle mile is crucial. We want it to be stable. The business wants it to be stable.
Well, we look forward to continued stability with you, and we look forward to partnering with you for the next set of growth milestones. Stan, thank you so much for being here and sharing your experiences with us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.